Hello and welcome to another how-to video. My name is DAITECH, CTO of DVS, and thank you for all your likes, subscriptions, comments, shares, etc. Please do keep them up. We really do appreciate it. And secondly, for everybody outside of Wales, the sun does shine here occasionally. We've had beautiful weather this weekend, and as you can see, it's not the exposure or the auto white balance that's wrong. I have actually caught a tan, so fantastic. So what are we going to look at today? I hear you say. Yes, I did. We're going to look at a brand new product from Hikvision, which is this in a nice new packaging they've adopted for a lot of the video and audio intercom product line, is the new indoor handset. Now, for those of you that use the modular intercom, the villa door stations, etc., and you use the master station, so the older master station, built-in LCD screen, and it had the pickup, the headphone pickup for privacy conversations. So if you're a concierge, a concierge desk and you wanted the privacy, it wasn't annunciated loudly, so you could have, you know, your indoor station in an apartment, call down to the concierge, maybe they'd arrange for you to be collected by car, your shopping, etc. So the conversation was a lot more private than open air, and for those visitors that were visiting somebody in the building and needed to annunciate themselves, again, the conversation was private. So there's a massive benefit in this new or the master station. Now, what this master station does, so you can see this master station is extremely thin, very small profile, very nice to look at. So LCD screen with a privacy phone, so just like your phone. For those old school kids, before mobiles, we used to have to pick one of these up and actually talk on one of these. Nowadays, it's all wire free, but for those of you that still use them or remember, like a house phone, plugs into the receiver there. LCD screen, so you can have your cameras, your text, etc., all on there. So it's an ultra low profile, modern, aesthetically pleasing look. On the back of the unit, there's a pop-up stand, desk stand, so built-in desk stand. Again, so sits nicely on the desk. Let's put that on there. Built-in camera, USB, SD card slot. On the back there, you've got your LAN and your LAN PoE, so it's powered by PoE now. So LAN and LAN PoE. You've got HDMI cable that can go to an external monitor for the CCTV, obviously. You've got your hardwired power and USB 1, 2, and 3. You've also got a headphone jack on the side, so you can plug a set of headphones in there, so there's a lot more privacy again. And then on the side, if I just remove this, there's a removable flap here. We can remove this flap and you can see there's an interface here. So what this interface does, let me just get the so it comes with a 12-volt PSU if you want to use that. What this interface allows you to do is, one, you have a plug-in, well, a couple of things. So there's a plug-in module which goes on the side. So on this side, there's a removable plug-in module which bolts onto there. So it's a loudspeaker with an answer button on there, fingerprint button. So you can actually have a loudspeaker and a handset. So we'll plug these in a minute. It plugs into the interface socket on the side, simply plugs in, locates, and you put a mounting plate that secures the two together on the back. You don't have to use that, it's optional. And then inside, we've also got a USB plug-in microphone. So again, bendable microphone adapter. So effectively, I can plug this in and then maneuver it into place. So when I'm having a hands-free conversation, hello, yep, I can speak through there and the loudspeaker, or I can speak through the phone handset itself, and then you can remove it. So it's optional. Inside comes with the handset, but you can make it hands-free with the optional microphone and the optional speaker. Inside the box, you also get the plug-in connectors and that secure mounting bracket, as I mentioned. So lovely, lovely bit of kit. I'm going to go and put this onto the network, power it up so you can see this in action, and then we'll transfer you through and show you a bit of the setup and then show it to you in use. Really, really nice bit of kit. So stay tuned. Okay, so I fitted the keyboard. The more observant among you will realise I fitted that yesterday before I went home, and I've had a haircut overnight. So yeah, it's a brand new morning. The keyboard's over there, fitted next to our video intercom equipment stand. What you will notice, as you can see, is this product contains a web browser. Now, unlike some of the older audio-visual stuff, where you had to use IMS 4200 and the remote configuration tool, all of the newer products now contain the web browser. This makes it much easier for support purposes, for us to be able to support you guys, for ease of programming and access for you guys to be able to deploy this. So moving forward, it's a really good function and feature. So we're quickly going to log in. So I've already assigned it and given it its IP address. Wait for it to load up. As you can see, it's the DS-KM9503. That is the current firmware version. I've checked there isn't a later version currently on the portal or via Hikvision, but please do check, as always. Make sure you check the portals, UK, Europe portals, etc. If there is a newer firmware, please always do update it, but currently there is no newer firmware. Okay, so time settings, I've already set the time to the current time, but we can do this and save it, so it's always the right time. Standard web browser function, so you've got reboot, default. You can ping network, so some of the new functionality now allows you to ping the network from the device to make sure it's communicating. For instance, this just tells you there's something on the end of it. So quite a nice little feature. Then import the configuration file, export, upgrade, etc. Security functionality, enable SSH, obviously your debug command, ADB remote control, user management. We've only got one user in there currently, which is the admin. Now I've added a fingerprint, so when we transfer you back over to the camera to show you the functionality, you'll see the fingerprint module is added, and I've added my fingerprint as the admin. So when I put my finger on the fingerprint scanner, it actually unlocks it into configuration mode, which is a nice little function. Network, so we've set everything up here that we need to set up, and you've got your ports and your SIP. We're not going to do anything with SIP today. I don't have a SIP gateway installed, but it does allow you to enable and set that. There is a document around this, I believe. If you need it, let me know. I'll see what I can find. Video and audio, so we can change it up or down, whatever. Let's make it a little bit higher. Audio, you can adjust the input volume, output volume, and speak volume. So we'll leave it as a default. That's how you interact, how they hear you and you hear them. Now, the device ID settings. Now, those of you that are familiar with the intercom setup, you should understand what these settings are. These devices can be set up quite complexly. We're just going to set it up as a basic master station. There's actually the ability to do like redundant calling. So you have, say, 2 master stations, concierge desks. If the one doesn't answer within, say, 30 seconds, it'll transfer the call to the second master station. So it's like a call redundancy function. We also have a document on how that's set up. But we're going to do a basic setup today where we just get the intercom to call the concierge phone, and that, you know, allows you to answer the call and see the video associated with that. So 51 is the starting one, so 52 would be the second unit. So we'll always start at 51 because it's the master station. Session settings, we've already set the registration password, so we don't need to worry about any of these settings. And then time parameters, maximum call duration is 90 seconds, maximum ring duration is 30 seconds, and maximum live view of the CCTV is 30 seconds. You can adjust those application specific to your needs. With the session settings, the registration password, I've used the same as the unit. When I used SADP to find and activate the product, I used the registration password the same as that activation password, effectively, what I would log into the web browser to keep them neat. It also, with the latest modular intercom firmware, you also have to have a registration password in that product, and they have to match. So all your products' registration passwords match. It's the security to protocol, which allows, basically adds another layer of security in there to stop people messing with it or adding devices they shouldn't add because they don't know this registration password. Okay, so we've also got capture network packets. We can start capture and send that file to R&D for some debug purposes. And we've also got this open platform option. Now, they are based on an Android platform, and just like the Android indoor station, it does allow us to download Android apps as an APK and then install them. So under open platform, we've already enabled it. The first time you go into open platform, it'll ask you to enable it and accept the terms and conditions, which I've done. And then you can simply download application packages. So I've downloaded something called Smart Home for Android. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll browse into the desktop. Go to desktop, find the Smart Home APK, click open, click import. Import package successful. Now that would, once it's installed on that Android unit is going to reboot. Let's see, yeah, so it hasn't quite, I need to reboot this. Once it's rebooted, you should see under the application list that the Smart Home APK app is installed for Android. If this is installed on a network, like it would be with internet access, you should get all of the functionalities of these said apps. And it allows you to open the app within the touchscreen of this Android station, which then gives the user a lot more functionality, and it becomes a really powerful tool. Now, I'm just going to quickly reboot this Android unit so the app does actually appear, and then when we transfer to the camera, I can quickly show how you can launch that. So give me 2 seconds. Okay, so after I've rebooted it, you can see the TP-Link Smart Home app is actually downloaded there and it's installed. You can install a couple of different packages, it's not just one, as long as the memory is full. Now, I don't know how many apps will actually work on this. I've actually tried another one, a weather one, which says it imports, but it doesn't actually import, to be honest. But this one, the TP-Link Smart Home one, has worked. And TP-Link is another one that we sell loads of smart home products, so it makes sense to have this on the unit, and you can control your sockets, lighting, etc., switches, etc. So it's fantastic. So, right, where do we go next then? So now we need to look at devices. So add in CCTV. So we're going to add a CCTV recorder. So let me just do that a second. Okay, so if we go to device management, we're going to add a camera first. So go to camera, add device IP. So this IP of the DVR, NVR, or IP camera directly. So we're going to go for a DVR. So camera name, DVR channel. Let's go at DVR channel 1. Port number 554, which is the RTSP port. So whatever you're using for the RTSP, it's that one. Channel number 1, which is input 1 on this DVR. Username of the DVR, and you can also add on with devices. Sorry, I put the device name was wrong. Just call it 1. We're going to add 2 cameras in, so the device IP, same one, but channel 2. Done. So it's as simple as that, and you can keep adding cameras, channels, same principle for an NVR. You just keep going until all of the cameras that you want are actually in there and assigned. Now, on the touch screen of that unit there, you'll be able to view these for a maximum of 30 seconds, but it's a simple interface where you will actually be able to see these, which will show you when I transfer you back over to the camera. Now, under the normal device list, this is where we can actually add in our indoor stations. So you can add in indoor stations, outdoor stations, door stations, and main stations. So you add all of your devices in here. It depends on how you want your intercom setup to be. What we can actually do is log into the modular intercom and point it to the master station IP address to our IP address of this unit here, which will then allow us to simply call it when required, or I can click on add, so I can choose outer door station or door station and then go add, or choose it there, look, type in all the details there and add it, and it will add it similar to the modular intercom when you have the master station or the outdoor call station and you add the indoor stations to that on the later firmware. The process is the same on this one. Or we can do it the way I'm going to show you now, just log in and simply point it to the IP address. So it depends on the system architecture you're trying to build, and both ways work effectively. So if we look at the configuration for the modular intercom, so I'll just open that up within IMS 4200. Now don't forget, IMS 4200 and Hike Central are both classed as master stations, so they effectively need to be closed or not added to either, because the master station replaces the need for the software, if that makes sense. So basically, under the modular intercom, so it's on the latest firmware, which is available on the portal, you can see under the network and advanced, under intercom, we have the IP address there. This is a master station IP address, which is that indoor, the new terminal we're looking at there. So it points it directly to that station there. And the registration password I've already input matches the registration password on the KM9503 unit. So they both effectively match. Now under the schedule, all I've done is I've got a center one here, so the main button calls the center 24/7, so it's pretty straightforward. And then under press button to call, button 1 on the main unit calls 24/7 center, which is that station there. But then the sub modules would then call their applicable rooms. So it's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to close this down because I don't want it to interfere with the calling mechanism. I'm going to transfer you back over to the camera now. It's a simple process of me showing you how this works, how powerful it is, and then hopefully if you've got any questions, please do ask. Okay, so this is our intercom call station, our concierge phone, already programmed as you've seen. This is our intercom that we've linked to this with the 4200 mechanism that we showed. So simply when I press this call button here, it does initiate the call on this call station here. So I've got two options. I can use the private phone, so I can pick up the private phone and it answers the call. So I can say, hello, yes, you can come in, make a delivery. I want 10 pizzas. Open the door.
The door is open.
Open door 2.
The door is open.
There's also a capture function here, so I can use the capture function, capture this image, and I can also record the call. So if I press this button here, I'm now recording the video and audio of this call. So yes, great, fantastic, I'm looking forward to my 10 pizzas, thank you. And I can end the call. Similarly, if I want it as a hands-free call, I can initiate the call, I can answer the call. Hello? Yes, 10 pizzas to be delivered. Also record this. Open the door.
The door is open.
And then end the call. So it's a nice, simple mechanism for the user. Now, Android screen, it will time out. If I want to access this, fingerprint reader here. So I can simply place my enrolled fingerprint. It unlocks a screen. You've got call, so I can initiate a call to an intercom or an indoor station if I want that function. Messages, so I've got all my messages and alarm logs here. For instance, these are the images we just took. You can see there all the images. Nice wide camera view on this intercom, and I can scroll through them and export or delete as required. So I can go back. These are the audio recorded, so video and audio recorded files. When I initiate the audio recording on this unit,
Also recorded. Open the door. I'm now recording the video and audio of this call. So yes, great, fantastic.
so there's a really good function that if you need to capture that detail, video and audio is recorded, plus your snapshots in the SD card, which is fitted in the unit here, and any audio recordings that could be sent, if you're not there and you leave a message, they would be stored there for later retrieval. live view. So I've added the 2 cameras like you saw. So you've got camera 1 there, and I can take a snapshot and record this video as well. So hello. So this is from streaming from the DVR. So what I can do then is add a second camera in, so I can actually stream both. And I can actually have both cameras live viewed at the same time. Now, the maximum view time is 30 seconds, but you can extend that. So I could have this a lot longer if I wanted, and then I can make it full screen and then return. I can record it, take snapshots, save to the SD card, the same process as making a call. So we'll go back. We've got the configuration, so we've got the call volume input, notification, ringtones, ring duration, etc. All can be set there. We've got the user, so I'm the admin user, and I've already added a password. If I use my finger to access the unit, I can actually add more fingerprints in there, so very straightforward. Now, configuration, time and date, password verification is on, or permission verification is on, so the unit is locked after timeout and I need to unlock it, but I could turn that off if I wanted. And then you've obviously got the configuration here. Using my finger or the password, I can gain setting the configuration to set the unit up completely through this front end GUI or through the web browser. Nice simple process. Time and date, we've got the application here, so we installed that TP-Link smart application, so I can open and run that. And again, the more applications you store, they would be there as icons for you to select and run. Now this app runs in landscape mode, but it's designed for portrait mode, where you need an app that will run in landscape mode. I can't currently change the mechanism in this tablet to change the app. Some apps will allow you to toggle that, but just check before you install it. This app specifically does run in portrait only. So I can exit this, but you can see that's where your smart application would come in use. Now back to the main screen, so SD card in, no SIP server. I can dim it by doing that, which has locked it. Then I need to unlock it to use it. I don't have to unlock it to take a call, so if I lock this and initiate a call, I can still actually answer the call here. Hello, yeah, and there's buttons on the side here, so I can have volume, unlock there, and I can actually hang up by pressing that button as well. So the unit is locked, but I can still take and receive calls and record it, etc. So you may only give access to the admin user to access the application or the recordings, etc. from inside the unit. Now, it's such a powerful unit, lots of functionality, lots of use. I hope you found this really beneficial. Any questions, please use askdvs@dvs.co.uk. I hope you have a fantastic week wherever you are. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hopefully this video has shown you how great this unit can be. Stay safe, stay tuned, and see you for next video next week. Thanks all, bye bye.